Sure. Now moving on to probably not the best thing about this iPad in this day and age is the performance aspect. As sad as it is to say, this iPad isn't really like, as good as it used to be. So keep that in mind. I'm not going to say this thing was like the bad iPad when it first came out, because it totally wasn't. But in this day and age, it is a little bit of a different, it's a different beast than when it first came out. So it has that Apple A8X chips inside of it, a triple core CPU with 2 GB of RAM. And you know what? This thing is kind of like in a mixture between the iPhone 6s and the iPhone 6. It's kind of like that type of performance you're getting. So if you're wanting something that'll last you, and let me just put it to you this way. If you're somebody like a student and you just want to go ahead and take notes, you want to go ahead and just, jot down stuff, and, you're not really expecting to do a crazy amount of things with your iPad, then I think this type of iPad is perfectly for those type of people. If you're just, highlighting notes and downloading PDFs and reading stuff and, even media consumption, if you want to go ahead and watch videos and stuff, this iPad can probably get that done, and I don't really think you would have too many complaints about it. But it's not until you start taking it up a notch. If you want to start playing some games on this thing that are kind of heavier intensive, if you want to go ahead and start, video editing or, real-time photo editing, like crazy amounts of photos and stuff, that's where you're going to start seeing some more problems with this specific device. I think for basic tasks, like pretty basic tasks, you're probably going to be okay. I really don't think you're going to be too far off, as long as you're not comparing it side by side to a different iPad. But if you're actually comparing it side by side, and if you're trying to do some crazier stuff, such as, like I said before, video editing, you're trying to, maybe you're trying to edit some, Instagram videos, TikTok videos, stuff like that, or if you're trying to play some heavier intensive games, this iPad is probably not going to do you justice. It's probably not going to do so well. And that's probably one of the main areas where I'd stay away from this iPad, is if you want the next gen, if you want like some sort of decent performing iPad, this is not going to be it. I would probably recommend like an iPad Air 3, an iPad Pro 10.5 inch, at the minimum. But the performance of this iPad definitely isn't that great anymore. It may have been, back in the day, but right now it's really not something I would recommend people. So in terms of that pretty much covers it up. It's a